Hello, folks. Welcome to the Man United Agenda and the Friday Night Takeaway with me, TalkMU, and Matt from Football United TV. Yes, evening, folks. Welcome to the Friday Night Takeaway. A bit of a change tonight. Mr. B couldn't make it, unfortunately, but we've got a very worthy replacement in Mr. Matt from Football United TV. And how's things, Matt? How are you doing?
Good, mate. Yeah, watching the Arsenal game, 3-1. They won tonight. As a Premier League fixture, they're shooting up, aren't they? But I'm happy, bro. I'm happy for Sunday. I'm so ready for this talk.
You're ready for Sunday, and you're actually making your way over up to Manchester, aren't you?
I am indeed. I'm going with the Man United agenda. I'm going with Solo, OMONDI, Mr. B, and co. We're going up. We're driving up from all the way from Ealing Broadway all the way up to Old Trafford, and I'm looking forward to it, mate. Yeah,
it'll be a cracking day out. Now, obviously, there has been some talk and rumours of a protest potentially, and that's what we want to talk about tonight. Obviously, the Liverpool game, we will cover that a little bit as well, but we have already done a preview. There has been a preview as well, also over on Cop Talk as well, which is an overlap between the Man United Agenda and Cop Talk. So that's a Liverpool channel. So yeah, that'll be. I've not watched it yet. That'll be interesting to go and watch because I'm sure there'll be a lot of bantering going on in that. But in terms of the actual protest itself, I mean, you know what? From the way I was looking at this when I first heard about it was is this going to be an all out protest or is it going to be glazers out? I don't quite know what it's going to be about, to be honest with you. What do you think?
Well, mate, I think it's meant to be an all out. I mean, I think I take that back. A mixture. I think it would be a glazers out. It'll always be a glazers out. I think it'll be the same as what Newcastle fans felt with Mike Ashley. Is that doesn't matter how long you're there for, 14 years, Mike Ashley was wanted out. And if it takes that long for us to get the glazers out, then it will continue. So I think it always will represent the glazers, but I also think a lot of fans, as you know from our chat yesterday, that fans want to see him go. Not in a disrespectful way, just maybe not the person for the job.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, look, when it comes to backing Ole, it's like, for me, I will admit, I do still want him to do well, and I do sort of back him. But I've got to see real improvements. I've got to see real improvements. And that last game, the Atalanta game, the second half, I'm not quite sure yet what to make of that. I'm not quite sure what kind of input Ole had in that second half. We're only going to find that out in how we actually start this game against Liverpool and how we finish it, as to what input actually Ole is having. So it's going to be an interesting, and obviously there are some concerns about certain players not being available, which is another sort of concern. But again, at the end of the day, it's a case. What better moment for Ole than if he hasn't got certain players available to be brave? You know what I mean? Give other players a chance and say, you know what, right, this is the moment to be brave, not a coward. Don't be saying, I don't want excuses like, because we haven't got blah 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 available, we're going to have to be like all cowardly and kind of protect ourselves. No, because you'll get beat, whatever. Well, you'll get beat anyway. So you may as well get beat by being brave, in my opinion. Yeah. So, but when it comes to the Glazers, I mean, I just think with the Glazers, it's going to be a case of, I've already stated this before, that it's not affordable for them, the club. It's not affordable for them to have a sustained period of success. As mad as that sounds, it's not, because
right.
The costs involved. Look at Chelsea. Are Chelsea guaranteed to win anything this season? No. They're not
guaranteed. No.
Manchester City guaranteed.
They should do with the team they've got.
Well, yeah, you should, right? But again, Manchester City, are they guaranteed? I think they're the only team that you could say are going to win one major trophy. I would say that's the only one I could put my finger on and say they will win a major trophy, whether it be the Premier League or the Champions League. It's going to be Man City, in my opinion.
I think not Champions League for Man City. I think Premier League title, maybe. I think that's probably more their sort of gem that they're looking at. FA Cup, maybe. Probably the double for Man City this year, I'd say. Chelsea, I think they will win something. I don't think they'll win the Champions League again in 2 years in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. I know Chelsea fans think that's definitely going to happen, but I can't see it. But they have a very good side, so you can never really put them off, can you? Man United might win it. We don't seem to be doing so well in the Champions League so far. And I do remember in '99 we didn't do very well in the group stages either. So things can change.
Things can change quickly. If the cup runs, cup competitions are they're not really a measure of a team's greatness, really. You get, like I've stated many times, you get a few good, you play okay football, get a few good decisions your way, you get a bit of luck. You know what? You're halfway there, aren't you? So I don't use it as a measuring stickers to who's the best team. It's a bit of a false title, if I'm honest with you. You know what I mean? It just means you were the best in that little short run of cup, a mini league. You know what I mean? Just a little mini league. So for me, it's all about because I'll ask you right now, if you could take the Premier League or the Champions League, what would you take?
Premier League.
All day long, mate. All day long, I'll take the Premier League over the Champions League.
I mean, look, Champions League would be great. I don't want to do the Liverpool get a Champions League than get a Premier League. I'd rather do it the other way around. Get a Premier League, solidify yourself into that position, and then go for Champions League after that. But
yeah,
I think it'll be a mix around though. I think we'll do well in the Champions League, and we've done so badly at the start of it, losing to young boys. I think we might actually go very far in that. I don't know about the Premier League. I'm a bit skeptical about the Premier League with Man United.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the Premier League is it really is a tough thing to win, as we know. Many times we've done it, but it is a difficult thing to achieve. But I mean, in terms of the protest itself, I mean, what do you think? Well, is it going to have any bearing at all on either Ollie's position if it's about Ollie out, or if it's about the Glazers out again? Is it going to put any more pressure on the Glazers to make them think it's time for us to move on? We've just got somebody else has just joined us. We're going to add Saul to the stream.
I'm loving it and leaving it. We all gate crashing you, by the way, boys. The rest of the team.
You're going to let me answer first, though.
The rest of the team's meeting you guys.
Nice. So let me ask you then, Saul. What are you making of this? If there is going to be a protest, whether it be Ollie out or whether it be Glazers out, do you think it's going to hold any sway and any weight? And it's going to cause
It won't. I don't honestly believe it will have any bearing on what's going on. The Glazers not going to sell. They're pumping out every seat. You just thought about it now. Think about it. They had the Ronaldo thing that just happened. The minute they made the profits back off Ronaldo, the 180 something million, they then distribute that money to their shareholders. So I know they're talking about the stock market. On the stock market at the moment, the money had the stock exchange dropped dramatically at the moment. Whether or not that's to do with performance or whether or not that's to do with shirt sale, I don't think it's anything to do with shirt sale. Glazers not going to sell. They will not sell. They'll keep it. They're funding their other businesses around the world. There's no way it's cash profit for them through Man United. And you've got to remember as well, United is still what, 400 and something £million in debt. They could clear it any time. They won't.
No, they won't. No. And it's not a healthy position for us to be in, if I'm honest with you, because like I was just stating to Matt, and I think you'll agree, listen, this is not sustainable for the Glazers for it to be constantly trying to be successful, because it costs a lot of money to be successful. You have to refresh the squad. You pay a lot of wages, and they just can't afford it. They just can't afford to do that. But again, we've got to look at here. I know we're saying it may not have any bearing on what happens, but we've got to look at this from is the sponsors angle. They do not.
The only thing.
Yeah, they don't want to be associated with a club that is constantly. They don't like Newcastle, right? Fortunately for Newcastle, their biggest sponsor was Mike Castley himself when it was Sports Direct. The stadium. So, but for us, there's a lot more to it. And you got
to also think as well, the sponsor, we've just got a sponsorship deal, and that's for another 3-4 years. So they ain't got anywhere anytime soon.
No, but there will be caveats in that deal, as to for certain things to be happening. It's not just a straight off like here's loads of money and that's the end of it. No, there has to be certain conditions and targets met and all this blah blah. So you know what, that is one angle that I think may. If the sponsors start to pull away from us and we lose,
I don't think the Glazers care about the sponsorship, mate. I honestly don't think.
But where does the money? Yeah, but they've got to think about where the rest of the money comes from, because
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Sancho.
All of his sponsors, all of his merchandise that he owns, he's making a buck, and the club are making a buck from it.
Yeah.
So he has the CR7 brand, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Man United will be making loads of money off that because they can sell it with it.
Yeah, but don't forget though, when we do a shirt deal, a shirt sponsor, when you do that deal, you get paid the money. But then when the shirt sales come in, the money goes to the actual sponsor. Then when they recoup what the numbers they've discussed with the club, then the club then can take a shaving 5%, I think it is, off the shirt sales as well. So they will then take their bit. But again, for me, I just don't see. I don't see how, without big sponsors on board, the money, the TV revenue and the gate revenue in 2019-20 was 110 million combined. Right. So then you look at what we spent that season in terms of players, wages, everything else. That ain't sustainable. It's just not.
No.
And with what they're taking out in dividends and all the blah blah blah.
100, yeah.
It's not sustainable. So if these sponsors do step away, who are giving us between, I don't know what it is, the actual numbers on the sponsors. It must be close to say 80 million a season or something, with all the sponsors' money that you actually add up all together. Something like that.
Could be more than that, really.
Could be more than that, yeah. Don't quote me on that, folks, by the way.
Well, it's not about quoting. You're probably right about it being like the official sponsors, but there's so many sponsors with Man United, like talking about wines, socks, slippers, pajamas, everything. They do everything. Cars, kettles, everything. Man United are sponsored by a lot of companies. And if they bring in a new manager, say, and show this sort of new resurgence of Man United, then the sponsors will roll in anyway. I mean, they got rid of Chevrolet.
It's Man United, isn't it? That's why.
But Man United is a brand itself, isn't it, Solo? Yeah. It's its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But guys, I'm going to think because I've got to do something else quickly as well.
Don't go.
But I've interrupted you guys, yeah. But guys, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thanks for all the comments, guys. And
yeah, big up.
Monday,
Comments.
See you Sunday.
We'll get to the comments, Matt. Let's have a quick flick through the comments, mate. Let's see
please do.
So we've got Rebel Irishman, big up talk, and Matt, big up. We've got Bath Time with Born Evening. Yeah, Bath Time. I've heard it's Glazers protest. Okay, so that clears that up then. Okay. Source, the church in Fallowfield. All right, okay. Rebel Irishman, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, yeah, Yeah, please. And you know, if you are watching and you haven't already done so, please, does help us out big time if you hit that subscribe button, share, like, and also just remember that if you go and check out the community post on the channel, you'll see in there is the signed Bruno Fernandes shirt. That'll tell you all about, you know, the once we hit 1,000 subscribers, but you know, somebody's going to win that shirt. So that'll be a nice little prize, and it is genuine, by the way. I've seen all the you know, accompanying paperwork that goes with that. It is genuine. So that'll be a nice little thing for somebody to either wear or put on their wall in a frame, because that's exactly what I would do with it. Be going straight on the wall in a frame, Matt. Don't know about you. Rebel, I've seen the same stories. He's talking at bath time. I haven't lived in Manchester for years, but the lads I know up there are saying they're gonna have a go at cancelling the game again. Oh, okay. Now then, this is what we're talking about. That's nice one for that, Vaughan. That's the kind of juicy. That's what do you think of that, Matt? What do you make of that?
I like it, and I know a lot of Man United fans would be like, "Well, why would you like that? Why would you like fans protesting about something that is some people feel is irrelevant?" But I feel it's relevant. I think that protesting like we did in the summer to get the players in that we did this summer, and look, okay, it hasn't started off very well. I completely agree. It hasn't, but I'm still happy that we got these 3 players in this summer. Now, if the protest did that and stepped that forward, then why would you not want to have any more?
Yeah.
The thing is, protests do make a change. We saw it with Martin Luther King. We've seen it with so many things in society where it changes the opinions of the elite. And if the Glazers see that people are still moaning about what Man United are doing, then how can that be bad? If you don't say anything at all, then surely you're not speaking up for your club. So even if you are wrong with what you're saying about the protests and that, and you feel like actually it didn't go right, it didn't go the way we wanted it to, that's fine. But at least you tried, and at least you're trying to have a voice, because it's very hard these days, I think, for fans of football clubs looking at Newcastle as well, and the way that they've taken 14 years to get Mike Ashley out. It could be very difficult, but you have to keep focused. You have to keep raising your voice, and Newcastle fans have done that for 14 years since Mike Ashley came in. So we can't just give up after a few years and then buying in a few players and going, well, that's cool. Because Newcastle did with Rafa Benitez. They bought him in. They thought, that's cool. Mike Ashley thought, that's fine. We've got someone in now who can make it look like we're doing good. And then he left. So it's just, you got to keep up with the momentum. If you're not happy with what the club are doing, keep protesting until the very day that you're not happy.
The thing is because I believe that the Glazers are losing sight of what the club is all about. The club is all about us, the fans. It's about us, the fans. The whole idea of Man United and every football club is to send the fans home happy, so that they've got the bragging rights, so that they can be we're the winners, we're the best. And the Glazers are losing sight of that because of the business model that they've got there.
Well, you know why, didn't you? Because look at the money they've taken out of Man United and given to Tampa Bay to win the Super Bowl. You know, they're more happy about that. They don't care what Man United does. As long as Man United make them money to feed into the NFL and Tampa Bay, then they're cool with that.
See, that's the thing. There's a disparity there, though, isn't there? Because if they understand the fans of the Tampa Bay, whoever they are, Buccaneers, they understand the fans of them want them to be successful and win, then surely they understand this is what makes it worse. If they understand that this is what the fans desire is success, right? But they're not too concerned about it. They're more concerned about just keeping it as a business in terms of generating income they can skim off the top.
Absolutely.
And they leave the rest behind for it to run itself. They're way out. And listen, I'll tell you this. This is going to be if this actually happened on Sunday. You got to remember, people aren't stupid, right? This is only going to get, because the authorities will know about this. They're going to try and put things in place. But listen, the fans will always be one step ahead on this front, right? And listen, with the way technology works, social media and all the blah blah. Do you know what? The fans will get cleverer and more and cleverer in how they do this. Now, if I was involved in any way in anything like this, I would be saying, right, listen, no, we are not going to do this outside the ground. This is Liverpool, Man United. We cancelled it once, right? We're not going to do that again because it won't happen because there'll be far too many police outside. It'll, it's not going to happen. We're not going to get in the ground again if we threaten it. They'll lock it up and blah blah blah. So what I would be suggesting we do is, I would say, if you really want to make a big statement here, wherever you are in the stadium, once you've got in there, right, at a certain time in the game, whatever time you all agree on, everybody, we get up out of our seats and we go on the pitch, right, and we sit down. You don't go and crap. You don't go to the players. You don't go towards Ollie. You don't go towards anyone. Everybody just goes in the middle of the pitch and you just sit your ass down, right? And then you start shouting glazers out, because imagine that live on the telly during a match against the biggest game in English football.
Massive.
That is bigger than sort of making the noise outside.
But you're going to get you're going to get knobheads. Sorry, pardon my friend.
No, but you will do.
Just go on and go, I want to go and mob Ole. I want to put my arms around Ronaldo. I'm running around with my shirt off. Throw it. It's all about hooliganism again. And then it just, they look at it and go, and then that gives them an avenue to say, well, look, it's just all hooligans just jumping all over the scene.
But Matt, the thing we've got to understand there is this: if this happens in the kind of, how should we say, nonsensical way, which is outside the stadium to just be loutish, that's going to happen anyway. Things are going to happen, and you're going to get louts and goons, right? So, you know what? Why not? If it's going to happen outside, give yourself a better chance of actually making more of an impression, and do it on the inside. Because, like I say, live on the telly, Sky Sports beaming it all over around the world. Next thing, calmly, thousands of Man United fans just start. Imagine the stewards. The stewards are like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" They're not going to be able to stop people.
Why don't they sit down and not let the players in the stadium at all from the coaches? Like sit down, block the exit, block
the tunnel, block the tunnel.
The entrance or the exit, either way.
Yeah, but no, for me, it would be better. It would be much better during the game, because as soon as one of the players or anybody, the stewards, see like lots of fans getting out of their seats and calmly walking down towards the hoardings and climbing over, the referee is going to be informed. The referee is going to go, whoa, shit, right, whoa. And the players themselves will just automatically go, right, see in a bit. And they'll run off. They'll go off down the tunnel, then bang. Because that for me would be like,
I love the idea of it. I think it's very great, but I don't see them having the same reaction. I see them using that as an excuse to say, well, look at these yobbos on the pitch.
Yeah. Well, they will do, yeah. But what I'm saying to you, though, is they'll say the same outside. That's what I'm getting at. They're going to say yobbos, whatever you do. So,
but if you're outside them, then you're like, it's showing more of a defiance, because you're not necessarily trying to disturb the game as it should have been played.
I know, but what I'm saying is if they really want to change,
come in my stadium, like not. This is not a stadium ready for anybody because of the way we are dealing with things. And so Liverpool as well, they should be doing the same thing anyway. I know they're doing so well, and they have been doing so well recently, but Liverpool got similar problems. They really have. They need to sort it out. I mean, getting rid of John Henry was a very good thing, but they've got big problems themselves.
But I mean,
they will have when they get rid of Salah and they get rid of Firmino. They're not going to get rid of them completely, but they are going to leave eventually, these players. Liverpool got to be back down on their perch like we have been for 7 years, and it's going to be exactly the same. We need to address it all as fans of all clubs. I think it's not just. It shouldn't just be Man United fans sitting on the pitch. It should be many fans sitting on the pitch. Because I think, who was it? There was a talk today on TalkSport with an ex-Newcastle owner who was saying that the sport's in jeopardy right now, with all this money coming in. Call me old school, it's going to be very bad for the sport, and I think it is going to be. You've got so many millions, hundreds of millions of pounds going out on players. Yeah, Newcastle are not going to be like Man City. They haven't got the foundations that they had when they got taken over by, of course, I think it was a Thai owner at first, and then the Sheikh Mansour came in. It took them 4 years, mate. And it's going to take Newcastle a lot longer. Man City were in like 9th position when they got taken over, so they had the foundations. They had at least a good coaching staff, etc., etc. Newcastle haven't got that, so I relate it back to Man United. Like, what do you do? What do you see what they've done, and what can we do to make that the similar thing? Which I don't think Man United can, because it's so expensive to buy Man United. You see these Saudi Arabian companies, and I know this is the same Saudi Arabian company that came in for Man United at some point, but were rejected because they weren't giving them at least $1 billion. So Man United, the Glazers have just put it up to a price where we can't even sell it off anyway. Man United could not sell off Man United, not for anything. That's why we're on the stock market in the New York.
The thing here, Matt, this is the thing here is you've got to remember, look, the Glazers are businessmen. If they inflate that price up and you play a game of, you know what, this is worth this because, you know, it's like in the, I'll put it to all like in the art world, you know, like with whoever the guy is in the art world, Saatchi. You know what, if Saatchi decides to take one of my paintings and say, you know what, I'm going to put this in my gallery and say, this guy's the next big thing. I'm going to become like a massive, I'm going to be a great artist, right? If he so chooses. Now, this is how you can do that in football with the value of clubs, you know, with the owners and everything else, by doing what you've just said. They make it kind of more desirable by saying, no, nobody can afford to buy this club off us. Nobody. This is the biggest club in the world, most expensive club in the world, the best history, the best future, blah, blah. Then you make it more desirable, as strange as it sounds. So for me, but what they won't do as businessmen is they won't do that and then say, right, what's the rumor mill saying in terms of actual value? If the actual value comes in of potential buyers willing to pay, I don't know, let's say 3.5 billion for the club, are they going to seriously turn that down?
Yeah.
No, wait, let me finish. Are they seriously going to turn that down and then say to themselves, right, wait a minute, how does this work? Wait a minute, 3.5 billion. That's it. Right, how much did we earn last season? We earned right, so we took 20th. Between us all, we took about 25 million out.
Yeah, but talk, our price is going up every year. They see that.
Yeah.
Like, they know in 10 years' time, Man United's been worth 5 billion.
No,
so they're just waiting for it.
No. But you know why? No. Listen, you can't. Without success, Manchester United will not. No, we won't. They will not continue.
It's been Man United is as big, and it makes us more money than it ever has.
No. Hold on.
7 years that we've not been doing anything.
Yeah, but that's only. Listen, you've got to remember that's a short amount of time considering how long we were successful for.
It's getting bigger.
No, yeah, but it might be. Listen, yeah, it's all right.
People like us more because we lose.
You pour a load of Pepsi into your glass, right? What happens? It looks like the glass is full because most of it's froth. Yeah. And the froth keeps rising, and you're like, whoa, yeah, it's great, right? But then what happens then when everything starts to settle down? The froth goes all the way back down. This is a false economy that they're running at Manchester United, because in the long term, they are not. If they do not feed and invest protect their investment in the club in terms of making us successful and having, you know, the fan base sustained and growing, it will hurt the club in the long run, and it will be. You know,
if they're taking out money every time, right, and the valuation of the club is getting bigger, they're happy days.
Yeah, but it's not going to last forever, though, Matt. That's what I'm saying, and they know that as businessmen.
No, but it won't. But then they'll be able to sell it. It will still be that high estimation, and they'll sell it, and they've still made and taken all that money out through the years.
That's fair enough. They can do that, in my opinion. You know what? If it takes let's say another 3 years. They think, you know what, right, we can do this for another 3 years before the actual value will then start to turn a corner and come down. You know what? If that's what they're thinking, great. So yeah, we have to suffer them for another 3 years of skimming and then sell, and we get rid of them. happy
Mate,
days.
we're never going to sell them before the American World Cup. And I agree with bath time with Vaughan. The Glazers will be looking at the World Cup in America to see if football takes off before they make any decision to sell. But they will, because Donald Trump always gave a statement saying that if you hold the World Cup 2026 in America, Canada, Mexico, especially America, you'll make a fortune. The Glazers have gone cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's keep Man United at least till then. They will keep them for very much longer as well, especially if the World Cup might be in Ireland and the UK in 2030. Owning Man United for a World Cup, perfect. Your stadium's going to be hosting people. I mean, they're not going to let it go, mate. And the thing is, as well, talking about another group of people that own Arsenal, the Cronkays, is you know how they earned their money, how they started off their business, that by putting up rent for pets on caravan sites, or what would you call it, trailer parks. Yeah, that's how they earned their money. And then they married into the Walmart. I mean, Walmart make more money than Sheikh Mansour makes.
Walmart's massive, isn't it?
More than 19, 20 billion. Absolutely more. Walmart is massive. It's hundreds of billions. Probably nearly as big as the PSG owners and the new Newcastle owners. That's the thing, though, but because they're raking money out of it, they're pretending they don't have any money, which is the same thing that the Glazers are doing. But they know that the World Cup's coming to America soon. Keep with your English clubs, the best clubs in the world on, fan base, Premier League. Keep them till at least then, and then see how it goes. But I don't even see them going after that, because when, like I said, England or the UK get this World Cup bid, they'll carry on. They'll want to be a part of that. It ain't going to change. They'll just keep hold of it, mate. And that's the problem I think we've got is, and that's why Alex Ferguson, I think, left. The whole thing with the racehorse and everything, and who was it before? JP, is it JP
McCoy?
Yeah. With that whole situation with the racehorse and that, and the Glazers are like, oh, we'll take advantage of this. And they know exactly what they're doing. They had a plan to at least 2030 to keep Man United, build them up, and put them on the stock exchange, get people to buy into them. And it's worked for them. It's worked for them because they're making money. But like you said as well, Talk, that we're in debt. We're like Solo said, we're in big debt.
Yeah, we are. We're still in big debt. But let's continue with go through the comments quickly. So Bath Time says Chelsea stats suggest they're in a false position. I checked them out after Scholes' comments, and I think he's right. Yeah, well, the Chelsea fans won't admit it, but there you go. I'm very encouraged by some things I saw in Atalanta game tactically.
You sure?
Wait a minute. Wait. Bath Time, let us know. I'm going to get down to the bottom of the comments, but if you let us know which part of the game you're on about in terms of the tactical side of what Ollie was sort of attempting to do, we'll discuss that. Rebel Irishman says, I think with Prem, you need to be consistent over 38 games, less games in CL, but performances have to be on point. Exactly. Bath Time again, I know everyone thinks he's poo, but we have to keep. Well, look, yeah, Fred. You know what? It's the stats suggest that he's valuable to us. I'll say that.
Sure.
It will hold massive sway if they get the game called off again. What I'll say, I don't see it happening, though, unfortunately. Big up, lad. Arsenal, Man United on the same points. Yo, aren't they? Bath Time. I think the Glazers are looking to sell after they see what happens with the World Cup in America. Yeah. So that's that one. Rebel Irishman. Only way to hurt Glazers is for share price to get buried and affect what they controls are. The 400 plus million is their purchase loan. Then they buried on our Wait a minute, where we got here? There's loads of comments here.
Good.
But business in Manchester pulled out of sponsoring the training ground after protests. Does it make a difference? Not really. No. Bath Time. Now, Talk is right. The sponsorships reflect the overall value of the club. Bath Time. And by having individual sponsors in certain markets, like Chinese mattress companies, shows how valuable the club is worldwide. It's a spider's web when you come to the
They sponsor us though, mate. It doesn't matter who owns the club. It really doesn't matter who owns it.
What I mean is there's opportunities like for we don't want to become cheap. You know what I mean? We're devaluing the kind of shop windows getting smaller.
Who's our kit sponsor right now on the front?
TeamViewer.
Didn't you say as well to me as well, and I agree with you. Why on earth would you choose them?
Yeah, but yeah, it's like TeamViewer. That's like a piece of software that you use.
You know why? Because they're raking in the money. They can actually afford to do it.
Yeah, and they're raking in the money because of the pandemic.
Do you know what they've done? It's Man United. They know they're going to make more money. I didn't know who they were before they were on the shirt.
No, but exactly the point in case Matt here is who does this benefit more, us or them?
Them and Man United and the Glazers. Not Man United as a team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if we let me put it this way: would TeamViewer be our sponsor had we done the double last season? No,
because it would have been Chevrolet again,
or it would have been even someone even a bigger, someone even bigger offering more money. What I'm getting at here is
you haven't offered more money than Chevrolet. Yes, they have.
Listen, yeah, but the reason why Chevrolet is pulled out is because our ambition, the lack of ambition at the club, the way we were heading.
Because they got what they got. They got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win, and I'm pretty sure they're sponsoring the same team.
The reason why they also pulled out though was because of the concerns around the club. This is what I'm getting at.
It's cheap in it to say that.
No, but that's how it is though. That's the truth. That's how it works. If I'm going to sponsor somebody, and then they say, "Oh, come and sponsor me," and I go, "Oh, all right, what is it?" And they're going, "Look, we've got the biggest shop window on the high street, right? You can put and you go, whoa, shit, all right, yeah, I'll have some out, mate, nice one, right? You put your thing in, and it's there for a year. You come back the next year, you go by, and you go, whoa, wait a minute, what's happened there? And half the window's gone. Half the window's gone.
Isn't it funny how they left when Tampa Bay won the NFL Super Bowl?
Yeah, but all we're getting at here is in terms of the sponsorship. The sponsorship is all. You've got to be successful. We've got to be challenging and winning in order to keep the sponsors' interest, for the big sponsors, for the money to be rolling in. If we devalue our sponsoring, our sponsor value, if we devalue that, then obviously the income will shrink. Then where do we stand then?
No, I get what you're saying, but I always think there'll be sponsors no matter what.
No, listen, I don't know what you're saying. There's going to be sponsors. But if I come at you, all right, let me put it this way. I come to you and say, right, yeah, listen, Matt, I want to sponsor you on your hoodie. And you go, oh, yeah, all right, cool, yeah. How much? And I say, right, I want you to put fucking TalkMU all on the front, in the back of your hoodie. I'll give you 100 quid. I'll give you 100 quid a month. And you go, right. Yeah, happy days. Just as you're about to go to the print shop, Solo turns up and says, whoa, no. Listen, I know Talk wants you to put him on your thing, but no. How much has he offered? 100 quid a month. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 200 quid a month because I want you to put the Man United agenda on it instead. Which one are you going to go for?
Well, you're making my point right.
No, but not though. You're saying because we need to be successful. Yeah. But what I'm saying is if you're not,
will always be there. It doesn't matter. They'll pay more money. It doesn't matter whether a sponsor leaves or there's trouble going on. A sponsor will go, well, we'll take that place and we'll give you double, because we know Man United will make money no matter what, even if they get relegated. Man United have got a fan base and a structure to make money. They are a brand. They're not. Yeah. We are a franchise, unfortunately. We have been for a very long time. We are a franchise.
Brand, but hold on, it's a brand, but in order to keep that brand at the peak and at the top of the tree, you have to be successful. Otherwise, the value in the sponsors will be diminished.
Mate. No, we don't have to do that. We can get 7th in the league and still make more money than anybody above us. Not over
a long period of time. We can't.
7 years.
Yeah, but again, this is what. Yeah, people are looking at that and going, "Yeah, it's 7 years." But listen,
we're still the biggest earning club in the world.
I know, but what I'm saying is that can't be sustained as long if we are not being successful.
Not forever, of course.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we have to be the Glazers know this as well. They don't want to, because obviously you got to think about the damage this is doing to the club in terms of the philosophy of the club, the mentality of the club, and blah blah blah. That's going to be so hard to fix, for somebody else. Which obviously maybe the Glazers just don't care about that, and they're just thinking, oh, we don't care. We just want to get all the money we can out of it, and then if they want to leave it as a total, mess, they're not bothered.
Yeah.
Happy days. Well, if that's the case, then that's what they'll do. But it's an interesting conversation. Well, let's carry on there. Mr. B, yeah, wow, Mr. B looks different tonight. Yeah. My G's, yes, big up Mr. B. Bath Time, organised boycotts have historically been far more successful at implementing change.
Mr. B, I'll see you at Ealing Broadway Sunday, 8:15. Be there. You be there.
Are you not going up the night before then, no?
No. I'm Mr. B. Mr. B is taking. No, it's not taking me up. He's giving me a lift to go and get a lift to get a lift to get a lift.
Oh, I get you.
To get a lift.
Yeah, Anthony Abbott taking a mickey out of me because of my failure on the quiz, which was shocking.
He does that all the time. How did you do?
Crap.
Come on. What's your score out of 12?
4? Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Honestly, and do you know what? Afterwards, when we go back to him, and I was like, oh, and it all started flooding back to my head. And it's just being in that position. And also, I had the disadvantage of, because I not got my camera on, he said, right, we're going to have to hurry you along. So you're going to like about 10 seconds. And I was like, oh, crap. So I was already on the back foot. But you know what? That's fair enough, innit? I don't want anybody to think I was cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Quizzes, aren't they, Talk? Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
always...
we've got MAISEY in the chat. Big up MAISEY. Bath Time with Vaughan again. I even saw today Arsenal have been doing adverts with local businesses like hairdressers in the community for free.
Honey and Guy.
Really me. Yo, big up. We got Charlie in the building.
Big up.
We got Alpha Eagle. United in the mud. United in the mud. United in the mud. Don't know who he supports, but it's obviously not United.
Can I shout out Charlie as well? I went through all your videos last night and I liked every single one on your stream. So
yeah, who's that, Charlie?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah, big up.
Check him out. I did every single one, mate.
Go and check him out, man. Go and check out
Dugout Daily.
Dugout Daily on YouTube.
Very good.
Bath Time with Vaughan. Facebook guy turned down $1 billion. What the Facebook guy? Yeah. Let's get to the most recent one. Bath Time. The guy signed the Chevrolet deal, got fired by them for overvaluing United. So there you go. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, look, you know what? There's certain criteria when it comes to massive sponsor deals like that. And it's not quite as simple as we would like to believe it is. And for me, I just, you know what? They have to be careful of what they're doing there, because it's going to be, the future is not at this moment in time looking bright. Until we actually win something, we've got to win and be, have that sustained pressure on the big trophies, because that way, then at least, maybe that's where they see us with the top 4. Maybe they think that the top 4 is good enough in that kind of respect, that makes you look like you're actually, better than you are, when in fact it ain't, is it? You know what I mean? It's
anything to save money, isn't it? Ollie is not on a big money deal. Conte or Zidane would be. Mourinho was. So they're looking at it, and I agree with people like Simon Jordan as well. The fact that the Glazers are doing it for their own aspects of business, which is to make as much money as they can on the cheap, to make Man United still look like they can do something every now and then, but they still want to take money out of the club. That's what they want. They even put what was it, a loan? They got a loan from the bank just to buy Man United.
Yeah.
So that just tells you everything there, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, look, it's a massive mess, and this conversation could go on for much longer, but we're coming to the end of the stream, folks. But but what I want to say is enjoy your weekend up in Manchester, Matt. I hope it's a nice one for you. I hope it goes well. But
you know, watch along, Talk.
Yeah, I'm doing the watch along for the Liverpool game. Yeah, with me and MAISEY. Going to do the watch along. And also, folks, just, you know what, just keep your eye on the channel, because if you see a thumbnail appear on Twitter and on the channel with protest live from Manchester United, then we'll be bringing you the protest live on the channel.
It won't be my thumbnail.
From the guys, yeah. Matt included. Matt will be there as well. We'll see Matt as well. They will be bringing us the protest live to the channel. So just bear that in mind. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget about the signed Bruno Fernandes shirt once we do hit 1,000 subscribers. You know what? And we do appreciate everybody's input and everybody's time they spend on the channel with us, supporting the channel, and us individually as well. And I noticed. So that's all very much appreciated. So yeah, big up everybody, and we will catch you all very, very soon. Don't forget to go and check out Matt as well on Football United TV.
Oh yeah,
don't
be afraid. I don't bite much.
Yeah, right, folks. Big up. Ciao.
Ciao.